We'll find you some beats.
And we are live. Yeah, that red dot is on. Yo, what up, what up, what up, y'all? Y'all know what time it is. It's Friday night, 8 o'clock something. It's your favorite two-time ATL's hottest, going on the third DJ, the God himself, DJ Agony, also known as Dr. Dope. And I brought some friends with me, and they're dope too. That's why they're here with me, because they're dope. And I'm dope. I'm the doctor of dope. Yo, so my people, introduce them. I already know y'all, but they don't know y'all. So tell them who y'all is.
My name is Chris Kinder. I am the CEO of Kristen Media and 1820 Hats. I'm also featured on the upcoming Authors Mixtape Volume 5 with Andrew Snorton. I like to have a real catchphrase like you did. I got to work on my introduction because yours is lit.
I appreciate it.
Hey, good evening, everybody. This is the author, Andrew Snorton. Let's see, just making it happen one day at a time, one way at a time. Definitely shouts to Chris Kinder doing some amazing work as a co-author of mine and like some other great work regarding business, stewardship, advocacy. For me, it's a little bit of everything, a little bit on the writing and editing, press and media services, as well as still keeping my feet in the classroom for education-based services. So thank you to DJ Agony for having us on and looking forward to chopping it up and having a great time tonight.
Indeed, indeed. So, yo, what's your experience been like in the classroom this year? Because all I can say is, yo, it's been nuts. It's been crazy.
For me, I previously taught in Gwinnett County Public Schools. I've been out the classroom for a minute. So under my business umbrella of Creative Community Solutions, I still do like virtual tutoring, face-to-face tutoring. For some of the schools, I handle their ACT, SAT prep. And then for some of the different nonprofits here in Metro Atlanta, as well as previously Upward Bound of the University of Tennessee, Chattanooga, handle a lot of that standardized testing piece. So, obviously it's been different with the, landscape due to the pandemic, but you've got to give credit to the young people who have been asked to make some different types of adjustments that we have not had to make. So to all the students, educators, people in nonprofits, parents, you name it, thank you for the tireless work that you do. Seriously.
Hey, that means you're the smart one because you're in, but not in the classroom.
Yeah.
You're the smart one. I'm the one that decided I'm going to be a full-time math teacher. Yeah, that was real smart. I thought that one all the way through. Indeed. Yo, we're gonna have some fun with this tonight. We're gonna talk about all the business stuff and the black tie stuff. We're gonna talk about this with our phonetic speaking voice. And after that, we're gonna kick some good shit too. Oh, by the way, I'm hosted through a third party, so yeah, Facebook ain't gonna kick me out. So y'all can say what you want to. What I need to do is figure out how to get that parental advisory bar somewhere on this screen. I'm gonna work on that. So yeah, y'all can say
thanks for the heads up. We really appreciate it, and you. Right. So thank you kindly.
Indeed. So, Miss Kinder, we're gonna start with you. Some of the stuff you were running down, 1820 Hats. Tell them about that.
1820 Hats is a lifestyle. 1820 is a lifestyle. We started in December of last year, and we've been able to do so many amazing things from the get-go. The foundation of everything that we are is it comes from a scripture in the Bible, actually. It's Matthew 18:20. So it's where two or three are gathered in his name. He says, I am in the midst. And so we believe that alignment, partnership, we are better together, we're stronger together, and together we create the power of God. And so we get to live in that. We get to move in that, create in that. We're creators. We believe that we're in his image and in his likeness. So everything about us is innovative. In 1820, honestly, we started with the fedora hats. Here's one. And, we're taking it from the crown to the feet, but the hats has been a culture in itself. We are ministry based, and I always say we do ministry in the vein of fashion. So, and I know that kind of we can still keep it gangster on the interview, but that is
indeed, and it's one of those things. So you said from the crown to the feet. So it's gonna be some 1820 shoes coming.
Yeah, it's gonna be 1820 shoes, 1820 skates, 1820 apparel. Like We're keeping it innovative. I didn't want to introduce too much on this station because right now we're literally focusing on the crown. We crown and adorn your thoughts. We adorn the mindset that you're going to put on once you have on the hats. Our desire is to build thoughts of yourself. So once you put on this hat, which is also a crown, your hat is your crown. It literally adjusts your mindset, your thoughts of yourself, and what you project to the world. So,
indeed. So yeah, we don't want to tell them too much. We're gonna make them pay for that. And giving away too much free stuff out here. And you know, it was funny because when I saw 1820, I immediately thought it was a year. So I started hitting all the books trying to figure out what happened that year, and I was like, "Oh, okay, I'm just gonna have to ask her."
1820, a lot happened in Spain. So, but
yeah, and see, I didn't know if you were Spanish or not. So you know, I'm learning new things. Like, you know,
pues I am not actually. That's all I got.
If it means anything, me neither. Hold up. I'm about to be a little Spanish right now, though.
Oh Lord.
Oh yeah. Cinco de Mayo. Mm-hmm.
Mayo in the mug.
Right. So I mean, but that's what's up though. Like, so you went toward hats to be more. And how did you say it? How did you put it? I don't want to misquote you and mess up the word because it got significant meaning and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, the crown, the head, that's where everything starts.
Absolutely.
Everything starts with a thought that comes from your head. And so I get that. I dig that. Now, honestly, with this though, and when I went to your website, I'm looking at the brims and I'm like, yo, she do a lot. Like it caught me off guard because it's, you know, the first one I saw, it was like a plain black fedora, but somebody had did this with the paint. And I was like, yo, somebody put paint on her head. And then I kept scrolling. I was like, wait a minute, I don't know if got paint on.
Yeah.
So, I mean, in the artistic eye, when we've seen so many brims, and Bosselines, and derbies, and they're just like a plain black or plain white or gray, maybe even a red, and the band is kind of like the accent. What made you decide, you know what? I'm about to sauce this thing up and put paint on it.
That's a reflection on my personality. I'm naturally a rebel at heart. And I believe in freedom, the freedom of expression, the freedom of speech, the freedom of action. And I live in that. Every hat to me, when you see something plain, it's a canvas. I grew up watching my dad draw, and he's an artist. And, so for me, any empty space, walls, cars, anything is a canvas to me. So when hats, I'm like, yo, we can do so many things on this hat. Let's just do some creative expression, some freedom, liberties, and put that energy, the spirit of that into the hats. So,
and what you're saying, it kind of reminds me of like those early days of hip hop where they see a train that hadn't been painted yet, and it was just like, yo, it's a white train, and they follow it, figure out where it's parking at. Then next thing you know, it got something on it by in the morning.
Now, I'm going to give away my age. One of my favorite movies of all time was a movie called Beach Street.
That's what I was talking about, Beach Street.
Yeah,
Ramos.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So
Ramos.
A beautiful subway. It was all white, and they call it She's Beautiful. And they went this art, and for the life of me, I couldn't understand why people were trying to stop that expression because it was amazing. You know what I mean?
That is true.
Yeah.
I mean, graffiti artists are some of the most artistic people ever. I'm talking about with the dragons, or how the last one he was able to do with the Ramos.
Oh my gosh.
Artistically, that was beautiful.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And they don't get enough credit. You just see them in the wind, you know? They the art. So when you're passing by anywhere, even on 285 or 85 South, 75 North, you see these expressions. That's amazing. If you can live in that space. I love that, man.
Yeah, my biggest question was, how did they get up there to do that? Like some of these spaces, like where they're put, how do you get up there?
When did you get up there? Let's talk about that, because I don't ever see them. Do you? I've never.
No.
They're like ghosts. Like,
I know when.
When did you do that? And it's
look at here. I grew up in Jersey. That's all I'm gonna say.
I Out.
So he probably, yeah. I mean, I'm from Decatur. You might see a gang tag on the side of a school every now and again, but it wasn't very artistic.
I mean, even in that, it's a stamp in time. It's your identity. It's that moment. And I don't believe art limited what we deem to be acceptable or not. If that was the case, I wouldn't have done the hats. You know what I'm saying? So when you say the gang tags, I think it was bigger than that. I just think it was that moment to stamp even if it's territory, but to just put this space and time where we can represent ourselves to the world. And I love that. So
yeah, because everybody driving by saw it.
Yeah.
And the janitor had a rough day that next day trying to get it off.
Well, rebels. Yeah. I love it.
Yeah, definitely. Yo, big shouts out to my brother Knowledge Love in the building. Peace, God. And I got my boy Sarge. What up? DJ Four Stripes in the building. What up, bro? So yeah, got my peoples in here. You got them chiming in and out here and there. So what else are you into?
I am into the arts. I just landed my stage play. I did a couple of films earlier this year. So the acting, of course, this is Atlanta. If you're gonna do it, you might as well do it. And look at his face. You might as well. But I mean, why not? We here,
Right.
So I stepped out of acting for a while. In 2008, took a break. Started my businesses. Started my media company. I am a photographer. So
notice, y'all. She said businesses.
Oh yeah.
Plurals.
We got.
She got a bunch of them things, y'all.
Revenue streams, man. We entrepreneurs, even if you're not an entrepreneur, if you're doing a full-time job and building your business on the side, you need multiple revenue streams to make anything happen. So
this is true.
But yeah, so Kristen Media, we do videography. We film a lot of stuff for governmental events, small businesses. I do portrait photography, freelance photography, and that's ultimately, I think I live in the arts, pretty much.
I say, and that's what it looked like. That's what it started sounding like. It's like, you got the eye for art.
I do, and I love that. It took a while for me to accept me for who I was and find that place and find out who I was. So now that I'm here, I live loud, man. And I live.
Was this always something you were doing, or did you try to go the corporate route first and then be like, yeah, I'm bored as hell?
I went the corporate route. Of course, I went the corporate. And I won't even put them out there like that. Love them. I think corporate is corporate. It's built for certain people, and no shade to anybody who really maximizes that opportunity. I think it's amazing. Like I said in the beginning, in the aforementioned, I heard we was gonna be using big words.
She used a school word, y'all.
I said I'm a rebel, so it's kind of hard to kind of place me in one space. But I survived for a while, and it taught me discipline. It taught me teamwork. It taught me I learned how to build teams. I learned how to build businesses. I learned how to sell. So a lot of things happen in corporate that I'm grateful for. So
that's one of those things though. You took a negative and then took it and learned from it and used it to create your own though.
Absolutely. Everything works together for my good. I mean that. I know that.
Yeah. Take the best, leave the rest.
That's right. My auntie used to say, take the meat, throw out the fat.
Write that down. Thank you, auntie. Leave the fat. Gotcha. Appreciate it, auntie. Where you from originally?
I was born and raised in a country town in Georgia called Americus, Georgia.
Oh, that's way down there.
It is. It's super hot in Americus, but they raised some of the most amazing people. And half of us moved to Atlanta, but hey, we here now. So
right, because I'm saying, once you say something like that, you got to be from the South somewhere.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Your auntie say, take the meat, throw out the fat. You from the South?
Oh yeah.
Let you had told me you was from Pennsylvania, I would have been like, hold up, stop this right quick. Stop this interview. Like, ma'am, look here, we just met. We don't tell no lies on the dope show. Let's start this interview over. We're gonna start again. So where you from?
Literally moved to Pennsylvania for a while, and I stayed there until 2016.
Yep. You moved to Pennsylvania on purpose?
State College, Pennsylvania, yes. On purpose.
On purpose. That's
shut in the mountains. On the mountains.
on purpose.
On purpose. On purpose. Yes.
Hey, you know what? We all got our own path.
Mhm.
They got real winter up there. I can't do pencil. I can't do the north.
You know, coming from Georgia, we don't see snow. And I went up there and they had a
Wait, every 4 years?
every 4 years, but I experienced my first nor'easter. I had my accident in the snow during a blizzard. I'm in there. I had to shovel out my car. I'm gonna tell you, real talk. You know, Andrew's from the north, so let me tell you my little one story. So I just moved. This is my first winter, and I was working. I think I was working at Verizon Wireless, right? I'm working at Verizon Wireless, and it snows. I go outside. My car is covered in snow. Well, you know, in Georgia, we shut everything down.
These
So
are
I
facts.
called my manager. I'm like, hey, listen, are we open today? He was like, yeah. Why would we be closed? I said, well, it snowed outside. He was like, no, we're open. We're always open. And I was like, oh my God. It got real at that moment. That's when it got real to me. And I realized I had been sheltered and this was going to be a reality check. And I think I'm built for anything at this point. Throw me in a jungle. I'm cool.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Throw you in the jungle, come out wearing chinchilla.
That's right. It's going to be cute.
Yeah, nice jacket. Then make sure you splash some paint over.
Oh, yeah.
1820 that thing out right quick.
Oh, yes. There.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. So you into photography too. So what started the journey with photography?
I just love taking pictures of moments and being able to tell a story. I've been doing photography ever since I was in high school. But I didn't really understand business like that. So I would be taking pictures of random stuff and just giving people pictures. I went to this photo shoot one time in State College, Pennsylvania. Shout out to State College, Pennsylvania, Penn State. And I was in the background and I saw this photographer and he was so dry. It was like the most stale photo session ever. It was horrible. So I started taking pictures of the behind the scenes, the story of the day. And the woman who orchestrated the event, I got the pictures printed, got her these photo books, and I never forget it. I presented it to her. I said, hey, here's my gift to you. And she loved it. And it was a combination of doing that, being able to tell the story, and her response and the way it made me feel to be able to provide that. I was like, okay, yeah, this is official. I want to do this forever. I love that. Let's just do that.
But it's something about not necessarily, but loving what you do. But when others love it too.
Oh yeah.
That's that thing that keeps it going, even when you don't have the best night. Mind you, I haven't always been a successful DJ. It's been some nights where I hit the wall. There was one night I was doing an open mic night and blew a channel on my mixer.
Ooh.
So now I'm only working off one side. But mind you, it's open mic night.
Oh.
So the comedians are roasting me. Oh, the comedians had they way with me that night, and it was one of those things like, one, I got to go buy another mixer. Two, I just got cracked on for the last hour and a half.
Did you have a DJ moment?
Said it again.
Have you ever had a kill the DJ moment?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you who are the worst critics when it comes to DJs: teenagers.
They're the worst critics when it comes to anything.
Teenagers want to hear they song all night right now. Play it all night over and over again. I'm like, DJ code number 151. You don't play the same song twice in a night unless that artist is there, they're promoting, and they're paying. At that point, hey, I play the song all night till my own get tired. But yeah, teenagers are horrible. I try to do as less teen parties as possible.
Oh yeah. Well, you guys can make or break the party though. I've been in situations where DJs were horrible, and I don't really know anything about that. But if I get a break and there's a moment of silence, or if that song plays entirely too long,
that's the first commandment: no dead air.
Tell you something. So that's all I know. But I love DJs. You guys are the backbone to every successful event. That's
where it starts. That is where it starts. Chandra Butler in the building. What up, LF? Yo, so what you got up next? What you got going on next?
I am Honestly, we have the mixtape, which is what, sorry about that, which is what we're going to talk about a little bit later on here. Power of Forgiveness, which is the stage play that is taking place November the 21st. We
On
have,
my birthday. That's
is
a
it your
gift to me.
birthday?
November 21st. That's a gift to me.
Yeah, well,
Even if it wasn't, I'm gonna say it is.
it is, and that's how we're gonna roll with it. So it's a gift to you.
Indeed.
And that's also my adopted grandmother's birthday. God rest her soul. Shout out
Indeed.
to Hattie.
Mhm.
So we have
Good
that.
woman. Good birthday.
Absolutely. And of course, 1820 Hats, we're dropping our fall collection pretty soon here, and it's going to be exciting. So we're doing a couple of photo shoots and commercials for that. Very excited about the fashion industry. And that's pretty much right off the tip. We have a lot going on, but those are the things I definitely I'm going to have in the forefront coming up.
And my peoples, I'm gonna need y'all to go check out these hats. Go to is that 1820.com, 1820hats.com.
20 Hats. Check us out. We are
Yes,
unorthodox and we live in that space. And we have a lot more coming up too. So check us out.
Right. And you gotta trust her artistic ability because she knows who Ramos is.
That's right.
She referenced Beat Street. I believe everything she said after that.
You know what? Thank you. People don't understand Beat Street, but that's a thing.
Beat Street, Beat Street is
Thank you.
it is the core of hip hop. John T. Robinson in the
Thank you.
building. What's going on, man? That's some of my hometown right now. That's McNair 01 in the building right there. What up, though?
Oh,
Oh, okay. We know what's up there. Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, man. So, but no, and goodness, that's all right though. Like I'm excited about that. You know, I need to go ahead and put in me an order. I have no idea what I want on mine. I just like, do that thing you do.
You know what? Honestly, it's a phone conversation with you. It's an experience with you, and we just feel that vibe and create from there. I want the hat to be customized to you, your energy, your spirit, and that's typically when we do our best work. So.
I'm about to say, because I have no idea what to tell you. So yeah, you'd have to pick up on that vibe because I don't know what it is. I'm like, look, I like eating and drinking and playing loud music.
Wait, eating, drinking, and music. So yeah.
Eating, drinking, and music.
Eating, drinking, and loud music, man.
Play some music. I'm sure they can come up with something.
Oh, I know she can. She know Ramos. Of course she can come up with something.
Ramos.
Yeah, Ramos. I love that movie.
Yes.
So let me ask you this: how did you and Mr. Snorton get hooked up?
Oh my gosh, that was an ear hustle. I'm at Starbucks. I was actually working on a business plan, and he was next to me tutoring a young Black student. And I heard him encouraging, this kid. I saw the kid who was kind of catching on to, what he was saying. And it was just inspiring. Like, this is very truly inspirational moment of this Black man teaching a young king. And I was like, I need to know who this is, what he does, and I'm going to wait. And then I kept waiting, and it took a long time. So as I was leaving, did I hand you my card, or did you hand me your card? It was one or the other.
I handed you my card.
Yeah,
I still haven't gotten your business card, but I handed you mine.
Hey, if it means anything, I don't have one either.
Hey.
He didn't give me one either.
I see him the next week in another library tutoring a student. Wasn't that ironic? That was funny.
Yeah, it was.
It was divine. I said, yeah, I'm supposed to be connected to him.
That was fated. Y'all was supposed to be.
Yep. And here we are, 2 years later?
Yeah, like 3 years later.
Two and a half.
That's all right. Yep. That's all right. I did. So I'm guessing through the midst of conversation, y'all realized it was like, you know what? You do fly shit. I do too.
Let's just do that together. So yes.
Right.
And that's how it starts.
And the thing is, it's one of those things where I take collaboration over competition any day.
Oh yeah. Oh, say that again.
Please, run that back.
Right, collaboration.
Yeah, collaboration over competition. Right. Because damn, we're gonna never get nowhere as a people in competition with each other.
But we do. We compete with each other because for some reason, I feel like we don't think that there's enough out there for for all of us. And even if we work together, that's not you decreasing who you are. That's me saying, this is what I have. This is what you have. Here are my challenge areas, which happen to be your strengths. If we come to, that's 1820. But if we come together, we're one body. Imagine the force. You see what they did even in the civil rights, even with the Million Man March. Like, it's so many instances where you can see how together we can do much more. And I, for the life of me, sometimes I don't understand why we are delayed, but I believe in us. I really do. And I see it happening day to day and more now than ever. Shout out to any Black person doing anything, entrepreneur, working for corporate, working for the government, anything. If we can help each other in any capacity, let's do it, man. It matters to us when it matters to others when it starts to matter to us. And that's how I feel about that. So
that's real. And that's real. And that's what it should be, though. That's what it should be. It's just sad when that spirit is lost in translation or due to a dollar or jealousy or what have you.
I've experienced that a lot, even with the hat company, But here's the thing, right? Let me ask you a question. I was thinking about this. Tell me what you think, though. So who is the creator of Facebook?
It was 4 guys at Columbia, I want to say.
Mm-hmm. What's their name? Who's the main? Who's the one we know?
Zuckerberg.
Why is that?
Yeah, did you not see the Social Network? He juked the boys.
He did. And they took the time and they went after him. They sued him. They took him to court. All of this stuff, and it was all of this energy on that moment, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I figure you could take all of that energy and just continue to create at any point. Just create. I'm not chasing down people who've copped, and even now, we have some situations now that are taking place. But I feel like if there's enough space out there for all of us, there's enough creativity for all of us. Keep it genuine, keep it solid, be the best at what you do for yourself, and people will feel that, man. Right. Competition doesn't exist if it doesn't exist. There's no competition when you are authentic. There's no competition when you are continuously authentic. And when you continuously operate in an authentic place, competition does not exist. Period. I don't look left or right because I'm in this space, man. That's freedom. Freedom.
Tunnel vision. Dig.
Tunnel vision, bro. Like,
dig. Yeah. In the famous words of DJ Agony, talk that shit. I love it, man. You know what? It's been a lot of transition and transformations going on. That's why, you'll see me hashtag some of everything I put. Just stay dope.
Yeah, stay dope. That's dope. I like that.
You don't have to get down and dirty when they do. Just stay dope. Just stay dope. Travel the course. Good people gonna see the good in you.
Yeah. And
dope detects dope. Yeah. Yes. The ones that's gonna see the good in you, that's gonna see the realness in you, it's gonna dismiss the falsehood when truth is on the scene. Those are the people those are the people I talk to when I say, just stay dope.
Yeah.
I'm not down about it, neither should you be. Let's ride. Yeah. Stay dope.
And if you didn't have adversaries, you wouldn't work as hard. Like if you didn't have people who are trying to take you down, you wouldn't focus as hard. You wouldn't go as hard. Like, so I am grateful for all of that. Like it all works together. That was for real.
Yeah, it kind of light a fire under your ass.
Yeah.
It definitely does. It definitely does. So what you gotta go ahead and get 10-8, as my dad would say. You gotta get 10-8.
Facts.
Yo, man. Hey, Snorting, man. What's good with you, man? Yo, hey. This is a big weekend for you.
I tell you what, look, every day above ground is a good day. It might not go exactly as planned, but each and every day you get a chance to get up and get out of bed. It's an opportunity for you to tap into your gifts, your talents, discover and rediscover, and just potentially whatever you're doing, you can leave a bigger footprint or cast a bigger shadow or hopefully motivate, encourage, empower, inspire. So, and, as you get a little bit older, you just try to be a lot more efficient. And to Kristen's point, like you're aware of the noise, but you don't listen to it. because if you listen to it too long, it's going to take you off the path that you're supposed to be walking in the first place. So when we talk about, people talk about being ordered in your steps and all that type of thing, and to borrow from one of the quotes of one of the books I did, and I go to it a lot, filter out the noise. And filtering out the noise can be from those naysayers, can be from the people who are taking imitation a little bit too extremely and poorly. And also just you sometimes talking yourself out of, doing what you're gifted in and talented in. So yeah, you have to. And you take your moments to pause, regroup, refocus, get your mind and spirit right, and just breathe sometimes, and just slow down the moving parts and keep it simple. And in doing that, you never know what opportunities are going to be prepared for you. And like I'm starting to grow up and learn, like, those unexpected opportunities, they're unexpected because you don't see them coming, but you're preparing yourself for what's next. So when you're getting that opportunity, like, in Kristen's case, acting, or getting this shoot, or having this product placement, for me, just this week, calls that I wasn't expecting, but the more I think about it, all the work has been preparing for it. You can't help but be excited. You can't help but be thankful and acknowledge where everything comes from. Like, seriously, acknowledge the Most High and keep it moving. Keep it moving forward thinking, like, for real.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed. And that's real, man. That's real. So, the event last night, I missed that one. I came home, landed on my face. And next thing I know, I woke up seeing videos on Instagram like, I knew I was supposed to be somewhere tonight.
It's cool. Like, people who know me, well, it's funny because, like, people, I guess because of my, I don't know, demeanor or whatever, it's like, how are you able to move in all these different places? The only thing I can tell you is I don't know either. So whenever I figure it out, I'll tell you. But like, for example, music for me has always been big. My older sister played piano. She still plays piano, like piano, violin, saxophone, clarinet. I taught her how to play trombone. I still dabble with the trombone a little bit. I played piano a little bit, and played in the ensembles and stuff, like through elementary, middle school, high school, college, and a couple other things. So music has always been great for me. So being able to go to a favorite venue, Cat's Cafe, shouts to the owner, Cat, if you haven't met her, just real dope folks, has been doing this for a while. That's always a good spot for me, where I've done book signings, I've done other events there. So to be able to get out for open mic and just get back to that organic art, one person, that was their very first performance ever. So being able to catch that and feed off that energy and motivation and creativity, now you can kind of bring that positive vibe and spirit towards the work you're doing. So when you, quote, break the mold or break convention, you're tapping into the creative energy that you've always had. You just have to get out your own way and let it come out.
That's it. That's a big thing too, getting out your own way. You gotta let it happen when it's supposed to happen.
Yeah.
Indeed. So, what's going on the rest of the weekend, man? Because like I said, it's a big weekend.
Oh, wow. Well,
we talking like, a step under All-Star weekend, man.
Well, look at here.
Nobody's car gonna get broke into this time, and nobody's gonna get stranded here in Atlanta.
I'm keeping it as low key and safe as possible, but no, I'm first off, like, the actual day is next Tuesday, so the fact that I'm getting that much closer to that particular milestone is really a blessing. Tomorrow, I'm just real excited with the drop of the next audiobook in the author's mixtape series. And just to kind of walk through the whole concept, it really is on the writing end. It's definitely more creative from the standpoint. It's influences of the freestyle culture that you see in hip hop, the improvisational culture in jazz. So what I did with the first 3 editions, and shouts to the team at Third Level Entertainment and Canis Major Digital for making it happen. So the first 3 was basically what we do is in a studio session, 2 hours, we're doing everything in studio. So we're not bringing in stuff and then let's go and record. It's like we do everything start to finish in studio. So it's definitely more organic. It's definitely challenging because you are really thinking off the dome, but I think it forces you to get out of your way and really tap in, to your creativity and things along those lines. So the first 3 volumes were The first one was a 7-track piece. The second one was an 8-track, and the third one was a 9-track. Poetry, spoken word, music, all that type of thing. And part of getting out of your own way was, okay, I want to do something different, because as much as I like my voice, and as much as people other like my voice, you need to hear other voices. So it really started December of last year. I was meeting with Kristen, and I was just bouncing an idea, and she really came with the ideas like, why don't you bring in like some guest people? And the idea was to bring in like multiple people, almost like a Cypher style. But the more I think about it, you think about the adage, you know, God's given you everything you need. And I'm sitting here like, why am I looking for all these people? I have this person right here who you already know is gifted, talented, creative, has ties to music and other things. She's like a spades player. She's not going to reveal the entire hand until it's time to cut. So she didn't talk about the music piece. So me and my creative and quirky brilliance, when we recorded in February, I'm like, hey, come on, I want you to come with me to record. So she's probably thinking in the lens of, okay, I'll have the camera, catch them behind the scenes. I'm like, nah, partner, you getting on the mic too. And of course she looked at me like, you have lost your mind. Like,
I did.
You clearly aren't from around here, because folks from around here don't do this type of stuff. But I'll tell you what, no, I mean, it's an inside joke basically, but it is partially true. So what we did in February with Volume 4, which is the collab, is where we introduced Kristen on it, and I did my tracks first, and then she did her tracks. And honestly, when she did her first track, it was like inside the first minute, you could already tell she was already in the zone. So all of us in there looking at each other, it's like, she's just ridiculously gifted, talented, thorough. And I was like, okay, she needs to do her own. Like, real talk, she really needs to do her own.
Indeed.
But, and then we did a duet, and the duet was like the ear hustle. So it kind of talks about, you know, where we started and how we got here. So with Volume 5 that we recorded a couple weeks ago, and I said this on an earlier interview, if you're really about helping people grow and cast a wider net and encourage and empower and all that, if they've got a gift and a talent, you either need to encourage it, support it, elevate it, or get out the way. And that's just being real. And for me,
right.
You either like, seriously, if you see someone has a gift and a talent and they're walking in their purpose, you either need to encourage, you either need to, you know, motivate, you need to elevate them, or you just get out their way and let them do what they need to do. And for me, like I was saying in another interview, it's like, yeah, it's my project, but no, you don't get in people's way. So I had no problem with saying it's featuring her. Like, real talk. That's just the reality of it. I had no problem with that. That's what you do. And she did 2 outstanding tracks. She took the lead on 1 duet. So of course, when you're walking around greatness, you iron sharpens iron. So I took the lead on another duet, did the closing, and I did a track or 2. But like I said, everything, I think the beauty about the whole mixtape series is it's capturing what's going on at that moment. And it's so genuine. It's so unfiltered. It's so checkpoint. Here's where I am, and I can look and see how far I've come, but I also can see where I'm trying to go. So regardless of, you know, the content or whatever, just the underlying theme, it's a checkpoint. And I'm real excited about it. It's scheduled to drop tomorrow. So from what I understand, everything's on target for it to drop August 28th. And on your major platforms, Tidal, Spotify, SoundCloud, iTunes, Apple Music, Shazam, Deezer, Amazon. I'm real excited, like I am with every project. And it's great having great people to work with, people who, you know, ultimately you want to see people be successful. It ties with what was said earlier. When you collab, everyone can eat. You know, there's enough seats at the table. Everyone gets a plate. And yeah, I'm excited. So that's probably the big thing. But then a few things on the horizon. I'm really looking forward, like anybody, to next month. There's a couple projects that are in the works. One, I know definitely at the end of September, you know, get a chance to get back up to the Windy City. I'm really excited about that. Spent the time in Chicago for a while, kind of put that on hiatus, but looking forward to getting back up there. Couple other festivals and things along those lines. So really looking forward, on the writing end to be able to connect, engage, support. And there's and then even in October, and shouts to Jazzy B with the Jazzy Entertainment. Shouts to I Am Exquisite. We're really looking forward to that second weekend of October. We nicknamed it Arttober, but we're doing a neat weekend festival where that opening night Friday is really the fashion showcase. So obviously 1820 Hats is going to be front and center. The Saturday Stroll is going to be a nice outdoor day event to meet, greet, connect, all that type of thing. Saturday night, with the cigar session, we'll have one of the cigar groups from Norfolk, Virginia, coming up to Petersburg, Virginia. Shouts to everybody in the Berg and whatnot. The Berg, Colonial Heights, Dinwiddie, that whole stretch. And then Sunday, Books and Brunch will be where I'll close it out. But we're really excited, again, in the spirit of collaboration and knowing that everybody can get a plate. Everybody can walk away with something constructive, and being able to, interface and connect with some great people. We are so excited to be, teaming up with Jazzy Entertainment. And I think they might be, ain't no telling with Jasmine. She's probably in town. But nah, for real, like she'll just pop up like, hey, here I am. It's like, all right, partner, let's go ahead and make it happen. But
let's go do something here.
Yeah, but it's real cool. Like I said, just real excited, with everything, with the books, the audio books, the being nominated for an award. Shouts to Black Only Awards, November 27th for their event. I'm one of the nominees for Author of the Year. I know it's stiff competition because it's 7 nominees and I'm the only man being nominated. So I'm like,
oh, wow.
I'm calling up for every Black male writer in the city.
Yeah, we in the building.
Hey,
got us one.
It's like that adage, why me? Then it's like, why not me? But real talk, shouts to all the other nominees who are doing some really good stuff. I mean, seriously. And I think both of you can say this, when you get constructive recognition from your peers, that means something. When you get constructive recognition from where you live or from your hometown, so Jersey, you need to play some catch up. But anyway, when you get, you're of course you want to be recognized for the work you do, the work ethic, the work product, etc. But and Agni, you can speak to it with being named DJ of the Year. It hits a little different when your peers give you a shout and they think enough of your work to be like, let's elevate this person so more people are aware. And if more people are aware, you have the potential to reach more people, not just monetarily, but that, yes, it can be done. If you've had a passion for writing and you've heard otherwise, it's like, nah, I can do it because I see him doing it, for whatever, like, for what Kristen's doing with 1820 and media, what have you, like, subconsciously when people are watching, like, it's possible for me to do this because I see an example for what you're doing, professionally and otherwise. It's possible. So even just leaving those positive footprints, you don't know what type of impact you can make. So it's just real huge. And yeah, I'm real happy. I get a little silly and a little bit goofy.
You shouldn't get geeked about that, man. It's like, shoot. I mean, recognition is everything. I mean, one, doing what you're doing because you love doing what you're doing is one thing, but to get recognized for it, it's like that just adds that extra to it. It's like you got that hot apple pie, but now you got scoop vanilla ice cream on top. So we all gonna eat good. But going back to the mixtape, Kristen, had you ever recorded poetry before?
No, a couple of times in middle school I did poetry at church. That was it. And I wrote that. Okay. I was at home, I had a pen and pad, and I wrote it and read it.
So when you got pretty much pulled on the spot.
I did.
Now,
pulled me on the spot.
And now earlier we were talking about how, you had an artistic eye, but now you have to come from another artistic zone.
Yeah.
Where did you pull that from?
My heart. Out of the abundance of the heart and the mouth speaks. So it was a very present moment. You know what I mean? And I was there. That was it.
That easy?
I mean, it's like we're talking right now. You just kind of make words rhyme. Bring them together. I don't know.
That's one of the things, because even going back to when I was rapping, I could only freestyle when I was under the influence, and then I put out some bomb shit. I go back and listen to some tapes, and I'm like, yo, I gotta write this stuff down. I was going in, but even now, with poetry, it's like I gotta zone in. Might listen to some Gil Scott Heron, some Nas, or Lil Common, and I'm like, okay. And then I have to have a feeling for something. Like something has to have happened. They'd be like, you know what? I gotta go pick up the pen and write, just to say somebody gotta give me something. Even if you just give me a topic, like write about, I don't know, black plight, the color red, write about addiction. I could do that. But just to be like, all right, here goes some music. You got 10 minutes, then we're gonna go record. I'm like, all right.
I think what influences does, when you say you were under the influence, my mind travels. So I'm just going to speak on what I think. I think you just kind of release your inhibitions when under the influence. It helps you to break down those walls that kind of block your thoughts, or block your fears, or block your questions about your ability, everything that happens. But if we can consciously do that in the moment, it just flows, and you really don't need a stimulant to do that. That is self-control. You can do that. We're very powerful beings if we understood our power. Our people perish because of a lack of knowledge. So if you felt like you needed this in order to be able to free your mind, then you'll need that in order to be able to free your mind. Period. And I just don't live in that space. Somebody who has experience under the influence, now my thoughts are clear. My intentions are pure. I'm not saying they weren't pure then. I'm just saying now I cognitively live in a space of intent. And sometimes I don't, but I live in a present moment. And so in that moment, when he gave me that opportunity, I learned more about myself. We can learn from other people, but you can also learn from yourself. Like how you just listen to your tapes and you're like, wait, let me write that down. That's all you.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing. So
you should be your first teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah, because having knowledge itself is just that.
Yeah.
Knowing thyself.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
no, that's real.
Yeah.
That's real. And so I'm trying to figure out now. I'm gonna put you on the spot. How can I get on the next tape?
That's easy.
Hey, y'all just seen that happen, right? All my dope viewers in there. I want y'all to jump in the chat, and I want y'all to get loud. Put it in all caps. We want DJ Agony on the next tape. I want y'all to get some signs made. Y'all want the Doctor of Dope on the next mixtape. Y'all want that.
Well,
make that happen, people.
Well, the formula is actually kind of simple. The reason behind dropping them in August and February, August because it's my birth month, and then 6 months later, February for Black History Month. So even when we drop it, there's always a deeper meaning behind it.
I mean, like August is considered Black August because Garvey was born on the 17th.
Mm-hmm.
So, among some conscious communities, they celebrate the whole month of August and call it Black August.
Well, and even the area where my dad grew up, and the shouts to Southwestern Kentucky, the 8th of August is a big deal. That's like the equivalent of Juneteenth for Texas. And a lot of people don't talk about that. And where they celebrated Crofton, Kentucky, that's where my dad grew up. So yeah, August is not just because of me, but I mean, historically has been a big month. So there's some things that run deep. Actually, like last year when we did volume 3, we released it on the 8th of August, and that was a shout, for the folks in Southwestern Kentucky. So
that's what's up.
Yeah.
See, people, you get history right here on the Dope Show. Because I swear I didn't know about August 8th in Kentucky.
A lot of people don't, because like Juneteenth gets a lot of attention, and rightfully so. But yeah, the 8th of August is a big deal. That's basically almost like the parallel experience for the Emancipation Proclamation, the whole thing about slavery ending. And then traditionally that was such a big event in Crofton, Hopkinsville, Paducah, other parts of Southwestern Kentucky. Like that's the big celebration. So yeah, 8th of August, big deal, real big deal.
And just stay dropping the facts and the history. That's how I know so much. 1
Right.
year. I just know so much more.
Well, when you
Oh,
got somebody like Kristen keeping you on your toes, like I said, I knew that in this season I had to be a lot sharper with what I do. Like I said, iron sharpens iron, and that one right there will keep you sharp. No, but in a constructive way. Just once, like we always said, there's more in you. Like I was talking about earlier, so. Definitely, I gotta give her shouts. Like, yeah, there's been a heck of a lot more in me this time around, but it's cool. It's a good thing. It's a good thing.
Definitely.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, and so I mean, and from what it looks like a dope partnership. So when y'all get in the booth together, right? Having known each other, y'all get in the booth together, but it's off the dome. Nobody's writing anything, so we freestyling. But it's like how does that work? I'm telling you, I was horrible at freestyling. Sober, you light up a couple of them what's the names, and then pull up a little bit of that what you call it?
Yeah, Mexican water. Yeah. I'll speak to Volume 4 because the way that we did the duet for Volume 4, like I said, I was in the booth first. Then they sanitized it. She was in the booth.
I didn't sanitize.
No, come on, man.
Don't spray this dope out the booth. It's dope in here right now.
But what happened? What happened on Volume 4 is as my grandfather clock beeps in the background, the whole creative artsy thing. So she was in the booth. I was outside the booth, and it was just an ebb and flow. Like I started, and then she picked up on when I was going to pass the rock. She took a couple dribbles, shot. Passed it off to me, and we just did that ebb and flow for that first one. And I think when it was funny because she's like, what are we going to talk about? It's like, I got an idea. So Ear Hustle, I figured I know that we can go in on that because it was talking about exactly like she said, how we met. And she was sitting 2 seats down. And I'm like, I know I got to stay locked in and working on with the young man I'm working with, but I was like, I need to hurry up because I need to give this young lady my business card before she walks out of here. So we basically kind of talked about where we started to where we are now. And for Volume 5, we did 2 duets. I'm gonna have her talk about the duet she took the lead
on. It was just like the here and now, the purpose. I think it's important that we talk about just relationships and purpose and how they work together. And I was excited to be able to do that with Andrew because literally when we got into that booth, we just talked about everything we talk about on a day-to-day basis all the time. That was natural. So the one part that was different from the first time was that now we had spent more time working together, doing a lot of partnerships. So it flowed in that space. We were both in a different space, so and it was very authentic. So I enjoyed Volume 5. Can't wait to see Volume 6 when the DJ is on the track.
I'm telling y'all, hey, all my people, I need y'all to get in the comments right now in all caps. We want DJ Agony on Volume 6. It's just y'all want that. I'm telling you. Get over there in them comments. Well, no, comments over there. I'm gonna set y'all into a wall. No, comments are over there. Go over there, get in them comments and talk that enough. Like, yo, hey, Andrew Short, we want DJ Agony on, man. He represent for black people everywhere, man. He cool, man. He dope, man. That's what y'all need to say.
we can figure out something. And like I said before, the best thing about doing these, I'll say for me, a lot of the things that you might not delve into with the book or whatever, you can delve in there. And it's like I said, it's not that you're not digging deep, but you're digging a little bit deeper. And like Kristen said, you're being probably doing it freestyle is really, to me, the most authentic. Yes, Chandra, for the black folks. Yes.
For the black people.
We do. That's what we have in mind, like for real. But no, it's really coming, like I said before, when you have to shoot from the dome, it's no fluff. You just putting it out there because this is what's going on right now. Or these are the thoughts that, quote, you haven't quite put out, but you're able to. And because you're coming from such an authentic and accessible space, I mean, that's what makes it what it is. So yeah, it's cool. Who knew? Like people like, how you doing what you do? Like, I don't know either. I just know that I'm doing it. So thank God for blessing me for what I'm able to do and what's still on the horizon, whatever writing or whatever, press and media, whatever it might be. Just excited for what's on the horizon and thankful and grateful.
Let's get into that, man. What you got up next?
Let's see. Me personally, let's see. Like we said, we got the audio.
Okay, hold on. Let me help you out with the first one. Volume 6 will feature DJ Agony. Okay, keep going.
That'll be February of 2022. So we'll put that out there in existence. But the biggest things on the writing end, excited to be part of an author's roundtable. It'll be virtual, but it's based out of Chicago. So that'll be September 11th. The times will be from 2 to 5 p.m. Eastern. So I'll have that info up on my social media. The end of the month, end of September, I'll be back physically in Chicago, at least for a day or two. I'm excited to be an in-studio guest for the Drive at 5 with Roman and working on a couple other things with hopefully with a couple of the schools and whatever to do some type of tie-in or event with them. So that's pretty much this month. And like anybody, just working hard, working smart, staying grounded, like I said earlier, staying spiritually grounded because everything comes from. Stay humble, and not humble like a pushover, but humble and keeping things in perspective, because just as quickly as you rise, when you get too big for your britches, you get knocked down twice as fast. So, and then stay hungry, because you do need to pause and take inventory of what you've been able to do and celebrate those things. Like I said before, whether small or big, a victory is a big victory, whether slow or swift, movement is movement. So you have to pause and acknowledge those things and use that energy for the next creative thing that you still need to do. So I'm just keeping it that simple.
Indeed. One question I did have for you, Christian, was what if you, as far as going back to the acting thing, I was supposed to ask this like 10 questions ago, but we got off into some other shit. We got off into some bullshit. Like, we're having fun right now. What have you been in that we could see you in?
So I did my first audition. I landed this gig. The film is called Bizarro. Bizarro is coming out. It's an independent film, and they're gonna be so it'll be entered into the Sundance Movie Independent Film Festival. The second one that I've done this year is Christmas Deja Vu. Loretta Devine. I can't really. A lot of the other productions aren't complete. But they are major productions, so I kind of want to let them, kind of put that out there. But we've done a couple of major movies, and I would like to kind of keep that on the hush. I am still, truth moment, I am a novice in the industry, so there are a lot of do's.
Say what?
So there are a lot of do's and don'ts, right? So making this movie, go on set, don't take the pictures. And, I'm new, so I'm just like, oh, my God, behind the scenes. Oh, my God, look at this. Don't post that stuff. I'm learning this stuff. You know what I mean? I don't want to be blackballed. I don't want to be that person that kind of releases something that I shouldn't. Yeah, but I've done a smaller role in a movie called Hunk for Jesus. Independent was not an independent, it's a major film that will be released. I'm not sure when, but we just wrapped on that. I'm doing a major play here in Atlanta, November the 21st. Again, that's Power of Forgiveness, and that's your birthday, and then that's my adopted grandmother's birthday, and November is November. We know you guys, you rock. And there's some other projects that I'm also working on right now. So I try to stay busy. Just to learn the industry, you know what I mean? Kind of want to get my feet wet. So I'm in acting classes. Shout out to Michael Gibbons, who gave me my first acting class. Shout out to Dwayne Boyd, who I've gone to some of his commercial acting classes. Just shout out to just anyone that I've Harold Tisdale, Pastor Harold Tisdale, and I've learned so much from him. Had a conversation with him today. So it's just been real. That's it. I'm learning. So if I said something that was wrong, y'all forgive me. Put that out there like that. But I am excited and proud of what I've been able to do in a short time, being able to come to Atlanta. I don't know people in this industry. I'm getting my feet wet. I'm meeting people left and right. So it's just been a journey, and I've been able to do that. Shout out to Ayana. I'm not gonna call her out, but hello, shout out to you. You know who you are. And
what up, Ayana?
And shout out to the producers of Christmas Hypnosis. We just wrapped that this summer as well. So I'm excited.
So we pretty much need to sit back and be looking for you.
Yeah, we're working, man. And anybody that's, you know how this is, anybody that's acting here in Atlanta, you know the grind is real. You know the competition is stiff.
Indeed.
Get out there, and if you get it, you are grateful just to have that exposure. I don't care if it's a one-liner. I don't care if you're right there looking into the camera and your job is to smile and scrunch your face. Any type of exposure.
You better be the best face scruncher in the movie. I'm gonna tear your face all down.
The face of the planet, man. That thing gets you so much film time and camera time. So I've experienced that too. And yeah, so keep going. Anybody that's acting, anybody that's aspiring, you're gonna hear a lot of no's, but when you finally hear that yes, that thing does something to you. It changes your life.
Yeah, and be ready for it when you hear that yes too.
Ooh, be ready. It's better to be ready and not have an opportunity than to have an opportunity and not be ready.
Yeah, stay ready.
Be ready so you don't have to get ready. There it is.
Now.
Stay ready for real.
Paint that any way you want to paint that, but the key is be ready.
Hey. 1820 got that drip. I want her to paint
it. I got you.
And where can the people order hats from?
www.1820hats.com. We have an amazing product manager. Her name is Jamelia Warner. So we want to be recognized as just some of the most major hat companies. So we are revamping the website right now. You can go to our older website. We still have products there. Visit us on Instagram, Facebook, 1820 hats, one word, and you can reach us there. Message us if you want some customized stuff. Message us and let's talk. Let's work it out.
Indeed.
Thank you.
All right, man. But yo, it's been real. Snorton, where they can find you at?
Yeah, the easiest way is on the author end. Facebook at the page author, AUTHOR, Andrew Snorton. Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube, author A Snorton. You can email me at authorsnorton@gmail.com if you want, autographed copies of the books or speaking or, events. Even like different things I've been able to do with different nonprofits and what have you. So like shouts to Black College Sports Group 360 with doing the work with them for the Diamond Classics. And I'd be remiss if I didn't mention, you talked about different things coming out. Shouts to Performing Open Hearts, a great nonprofit out of Peoria, Illinois. So we're getting ready to get the engines turning so we can do some really major stuff for 2022. On the web, probably the easiest thing is if you add me on Instagram at Author A Snorton, just go ahead and click on the link in the bio. That'll take you to the site, take you to the different interviews. So, of course, I got to get this one uploaded. Need the file. Get this one uploaded and what have you for all the interviews and all the other things going on in writing. So, yeah, that's probably the easiest way to get at me.
Indeed.
Can I get one more shout out?
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
Yo, shout out. Listen, everybody who's watching, if you're watching the recap, if you're watching live right now, shout out to the Skinny Show ATL. Stein, listen, if you're looking for something innovative, if you're an artist and you're trying to get yourself out there, here's a platform. Just go check it out. It's amazing. What he's about to do is going to shift the game of interviewing. I love it. But shout out to the entire team at the Skinny Show ATL.
Skinny Show. See,
Show.
It wouldn't work here. I'm a fat boy.
No. I mean, well, he's skinny though. It's him. He's skinny.
Yeah, it's like dope is for the 220 and up.
you just skinny with a little bit extra. That's all it is. That's all it is. Wait here, creative license. You lean with a little bit extra. That's it.
Indeed, man. Yo, I appreciate y'all coming through. One thing I want y'all to remember too, atlhottest.com. Oh yeah, she a little bougie, y'all. That was shirt.
Little bougie. Shout out to Shan Bivens, Salon Bougie. Leaving here right now. I'm going back to her. She's gonna finish my hair under this hat. So shout out to Shan Bivens.
Indeed. But yo, atlhottest.com. Go there. Voting has started. DJ Agnes in the running. And for my people who didn't get the memo, our guest last week, DB Passion, was indeed nominated this week for ATL's hottest power couple. Go look out for them people, man. Like I said, there's a few other names on there. You know, Saga Boss is all over the place.
Tangy Spicy.
Yeah.
Tangy's on there. Yeah, shout out to your girl Tangy. Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to her too. She celebrated birthday this week, so happy birthday. See, famous people born, good people born in August. I'm just saying.
Awesome. Yeah. I mean, Jamal Webb, Morris Antonio, like David Price. You'll see a lot of names on there you recognize. Just click on them. But when you get to ATL's hottest male club event DJ, it's only one name you want, and that's DJ Agony. So click on that name. Let's make that happen. Let's bring the 3P home like Jordan. Bring the 3P home like Kobe. Happy heavenly birthday to Kobe Bryant. That was a couple of days ago. Yeah. But yeah, we trying to bring 3P home. You know what I'm saying? I got one sitting next to him. I always keep this by me. I just want y'all to see it. It look good. Match my shirt. You know what I'm saying? The whole nine. But yeah, definitely go to atlhottest.com. Get those votes in. Ask your grandma if you can use her email address. She like DJ Agony too. She just don't remember really that good, but she do. She love DJ Agony. And then in about 30 minutes, 1180 Sigma Road, San Francisco Surf and Turf, I will go from here to there, doing that thing I do every Friday night, which is cutting up, playing the classics, some of that new stuff, and just really kicking dope shit. So if y'all out in the Conyers area, come check me out at 1180 Sigma Road, San Francisco Surf and Turf. And after that, stay tuned. It'll be more dopeness coming next week. Actually, it's gonna be 1 week where we're gonna double up shows. Yeah, y'all gonna see a surprise show early in the week. So just be on the lookout for that. The YouTube's coming soon too. So be on the lookout for that. So you can watch this show, some of the older shows, some of the beginnings. So you can be like, yo, man, DJ Agony really can't interview, man. I seen his show in March. He was all right. Yeah. I want y'all to go back and watch all them old shows, watch the new ones, and then, like I said, if you missed this one, or some of my people that just not in the Facebook, that's your business. Cool. It'll be on YouTube. So that's all I got for you tonight, man. atlshottest.com. Go there, vote. 1180 Sigma Road. Come there, drink, party, eat. Food's good too. Big shouts out to the kitchen staff over there, the bartenders. Yo, like, you gonna come there and have a good time, man. And the DJ's dope, so I heard. DJ's
shameless
dope.
Plug. We understand. Shameless plug. We get you.
Oh yeah, all day. If I don't promote me, who will?
Who is? Exactly.
Indeed. So yo, I appreciate y'all for coming through, wrapping up another good Friday night, as I like to end every show. Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery that mediocrity can pay to greatness. With that, I say stay dope, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.
All right. Peace, y'all.